Today I'd like to talk to you about the unboxing and the quick review of the GM100 Digital Ultrasonic Thickness Gauge Depth Sound Velocity Meter Tester as advertised on eBay. It's a ultrasound or ultrasonic thickness measuring device. I'll open it up and show you what I mean. You may have heard about ultrasounds. Your wife may have had one, or you've gone to the doctor and had a checkup and they do ultrasound and you see the sound wave on the screen and all sort of lines and you can make out the sort of shape. Well, this isn't it. This is ultrasonic, which uses sound waves, they all do, but it's just to measure the ping, a bit like a fish finder depth gauge on a boat going bing, ding, bing, ding. The reflection sends out bang, bang. So that's what it is. I'll just open it up and we'll see what it looks like. Pre-rehearse these. So they call it the professional instruments. It's not the manufacturer. Benny Tech sends in German Science and Technology Co. Professional, precision, safe and durable. They call it the ultrasonic thickness gauge. So that's what the title will be. So I'll let you see it first. I haven't opened up the box, so okay. Comes in a nice plastic case. Yep, a couple of locks on here. So what do we get in the box? Instructions, the actual meter, 2 lead probe head, 10mm, and that. In the picture it showed a solution, a mixture. When your wife got to get the baby checked, they rubbed their belly, they put the gel on, and that's the buffer between the head and whatever you're measuring. Now, as you can see, this has got no gel, so maybe they cut it out. Maybe that's why he's a couple of bucks cheaper, because they don't give it to you. Okay, protective case, and that's come from China with batteries. Yeah. Some things you get, no, we can't give you batteries. Others, they send you batteries. Works. Switch on. Because some instruments you should not switch on unless leads are connected. As you know, I haven't read it, but we'll see. They look like the expensive high rose type connectors. Just spring loaded, push and lock. Pop them in. Okay. On the cable, pull the little latch back, so that's spring loaded, so the ball's open, spring, pull it back, and you're free to pull it out. And that's better than your banana jack. That's a test measuring piece. Smooth on one side, one on the other. Pure Chinese. No English, no other language. So it's a 17-page manual. Chinese is only 2-pager. So, a couple of things I can tell you about straight off. It can measure 1.2mm thick up to 225mm thick with a resolution of 0.1mm, not 0.01, 0.1. So what's that, roughly about 4 thou. Nozzle, got a vertical line, a segment, so one will be the transmitter and one will be the receiver. If you're going to measure, say, a tube, it needs to be about 28mm diameter and 3mm thick. Because of the curve, if you have it too curvy, the sound waves are going to bounce off. You have the sound wave coming through, and on a boat it's okay because you're always on water. So it goes bing, dum, bing, dum. Different materials means that the wave will go different. So you select the speed of the sound wave to match the material. I'll change the batteries over. Don't worry, I'll edit most of this out. That's China sending back its electronic waste back to the Western world. There you got some dud batteries here. What shall we do? Velocity setting, and there is 12 different groups. I'll show you the chart here, but the different metals, that type of thing, has different velocities. So the Chinese one has the names in Chinese of the materials and the speeds. There's no chart at all. So you'd have to find this chart I'll show you now. I think it said steel was about 6,000. One has steel, one chart has about 5,900 something. The other one has at 6,000. So before calibration, put a few provided coupling agent onto the standard sample block. So you need the coupling agent, and we'll just try a bit. This isn't the correct stuff, but by the time the eBay people get back to me, we'll just put a drop on that. I'll put this out. See if it works. It's actually measuring. Should be 4 mil, saying 4.1. So dishwashing liquid works. Press cal. Vertical bar on the right's moving up and down. So it's calculating. And it's set it to 4. So it's made the adjustment internally that it's 0.1 out 4 mil. Look at any of these specs, I'll say accurate within 0.1 plus or minus 5%. From 1.2 to 225 millimetre plus or minus 5%. So starting to get a bit bigger. So that's done. 0.7. Just measure the knife. Of a millimetre. Leave it here. I'll go out in the workshop and I'll contact the guy, see about the solution, and I'll contact the guy and read up a bit more about it, and we'll do some tests out in the workshop. Well, that's the ultrasonic thickness gauge. Is it worth 120 bucks? Probably not. Live and learn. And as always, if you've got any questions, subscribe and they'll be answered. And as always, thanks for watching.